My trip to Algonquin had me hiking the Western Uplands Trail. This unique trail system allows you to tailor your distance with 3 loops that build upon each other, ranging from 32 kilometers to 88 kilometers, and traveled 10.7 kilometers my first day to Thunder Lake. So, still got a little bit of color on some of the trees. Finally, that sun's coming out. It's just about 11:30 in the morning now. Just at Clara Lake, and it's about 11:30. I've been up since 6 a.m. driving a couple hours into the park, and I'm about 4.5 kilometers in trail right now. Got another 6 kilometers to go before I hit my campsite. We're at Ramona Lake. Alright, we made it to Thunder Lake. This is the camp lake. This one's a second site. It's off the side trail. It's much more private. Seems to be a bag over there. I don't know if it's occupied. It's the one I want to call home. Oh, I think it's just a tarp. Someone left a tarp in a grate. Got a view of Thunder Lake. And I'm super anxious to get this pack off my back. Well, that was just the second time setting up the tent. Probably not the most efficient, but the duplexes are really easy to set up. Fresh habanero going into chili. So that habanero made it hot. Day 2, I left my campsite at Thunder Lake and walked 10.2 kilometers to Loft Lake, transitioning from Loop 2 to Loop 3 in the process. Oh, it's morning 1, and 7:30 right now. A little bit of a late start. Gonna grab some breakfast and coffee, start packing up. Okay, it's just before 9 a.m. Campsite's all packed up, and I'm off to Loft Lake. It's a campsite just off of Lupus Lake en route. Still a little bit of fog rising off that water. Had to go off trail into these frosted weeds for a bit. Quite amazing. And with the sun coming off and the rays, it's a really cool field. Making progress. And just at the ridge adjacent to Susan Lake, I believe. So once I get down to Susan Lake, I'll be at the halfway point for the day. We're on Rainbow Lake, just sitting at the campsite. So I've got 2 kilometers left. Okay, so we're at our destination lake, Loft Lake. Just got to check out the campsites and find one. So I took a little walk looking for firewood and ended up down the other campsite. And when I got to it, it was like, holy cow, this is orders of magnitude better than the campsite I had. So I rough packed everything and moved the campsite. We're going to do another chili pepper. This one, I think it's a Hungarian chili, again from my son-in-law's garden. Not as hot as the habanero, and that might be a good thing because the last time, it was a little bit spicy. So I got one more habanero, and I think when I do the habanero again, I might just do half a habanero instead of a full habanero. So, and on the menu tonight is curried lentils and beef. Again, this is a bit of an experimental meal. This is really good. Not 100% sure if we'll have a fire tomorrow night. It's gonna basically start raining at about 3 a.m. and it's supposed to continue raining all day, potentially for the next 3 days. Day 3 was the toughest of the trip. 18 kilometers beginning from Loft Lake all the way to the top of the 3rd loop at Islet Lake. Bye bye Loft Lake. Hello, rainy day. Really pretty beaver pond area. This is a precarious bridge. Very slippery. Ooh, that beaver dam's deep. There we go. Getting close to Brown Lake, I think. Now the trail is pretty much stream. This stuff is really slippery. It's nice and flat. Well, it seemed like a good place to stop after all. And I need some water. I just get to camp and I get the tiniest little flicker of sunshine happening. Not complaining about that. I'm here on Islet. I'm not gonna lie, this was a really tough day. The weather and the distance, my GPS had me logged at 18 kilometers, but the map segments have it at 16 and a half. But yeah, it's a long walk. Liquid gold. On day 4, I walked 15.1 kilometers from Islet Lake to Clara Lake. And we're back on the trail. At least it's flat. That's the bottom end of Islet. And we've got a really nice wetland out here. And some mucky stuff to get through. No hope of keeping the feet dry through this. Oh well, catch you on the other side. Yep. It's like we're coming down off a ridge. Not sure how steep this is gonna get. Looks steep. Cedar Lake. There's actually a little bit of sun shining. I actually put the DSLR away because it started to rain. And now we got some sun. I'm at the last campsite on Pincher. You can see end of the lakes right there. Well, no trip is complete without a hailstorm. Fortunately, they're tiny little guys. That's a pretty funky bridge. At the Clara Lake campsite, and I hung up a tarp just because we're getting some rain here, and this is like a little staging ground. I'm sitting on my chair, just relaxing before I set up camp. Alright, when it's really wet like this, you need to do split wood fire, so a lot of wood prep to get that fire going. Screw the fire steel. I'm using the thick of my dick. It's day 5. Woke up to rain, but it's stopped now at least. And we're going to be leaving Clara Lake. All packed up, ready to go. On day 5, we moved from Clara Lake to Little Hardy's, again transitioning from the second loop back to the first loop. Nice little beaver pond. For scale. Okay, so by my reckoning we've got about 6.1 kilometers to the campsite. Okay, we're at Maggie Lake. Actually got a little bit of sun. And it disappeared just like that. Well, that was our sun. On a wetland prior to Maggie Lake. No keeping the feet dry in this. Not like they haven't been wet since this morning. I guess this is better than slogging it through a marsh, maybe. I don't know. I am shin deep in the water right now. Here I am at my destination lake. Last campsite for this trip, Little Hardy's, and we'll see what the campsite's like. All packed up from Little Hardy, and we're off. About 10 kilometers to the car park. Day 6 was the last day of the trip, making our way through Little Hardy's to Leech, around Maple Leaf, and back to the access point, a total of 10 kilometers. So I'm about 4 kilometers to the car park. On my ass. Well, could have been worse. At least if you're gonna fall down, you might as well fall down at a nice spot. Well, I'm at the beginning of my loop. So I've got 300 meter hike back to the truck, and that's it for the trail. Well, there you go, guys. That was the Western Uplands Trail, at least how I experienced it. I thought it was an amazing experience, and for my first in Algonquin, it's a memory that will last a lifetime.